So it has been about a month since my last top 10 shortstops video, so it's time to update it. We got a lot of new cards in the game. We got the new Ernie Banks, the new Trevor Story. We have Tops Now cards, monthly award cards. So we have a lot of new cards in Diamond Dynasty. So today we are going to be updating my top 10 shortstops in the game. Is Tatis still going to be the best shortstop in Diamond Dynasty? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you're excited for this one, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, go make sure to check out my Twitch account and drop a follow over there because we've been live streaming a ton of MLB The Show 22 content. Been a ton of fun in the streams recently, so I hope to see you all in the next stream and I hope you enjoy the video, but let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so high, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
All right, so it is time to update my top 10 shortstops rankings in MLB The Show 22. Few new shortstops have entered the game that are really solid that are going to make this list. Guys like 91 overall Trevor Story, Ernie Banks, Bobby Witt Jr. We have the 88 overall JP Crawford. That's an honorable mention. A few cards that are very, very solid shortstops in the game. And then also some movement from my last top 10 shortstops list. Is Tatis still going to be the best shortstop in the game? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But like my other rankings list, these are just my opinion. So if you agree or disagree with me, that is completely okay. Use the players that you like. These are just my suggestions, and these are going to be primary positions only. So guys that are second basemen or third basemen will not be eligible for this list. It's going to be shortstops only. So let's get into it. At number 10 to get us started, we have the 90 overall prospect Bobby Witt Jr. There was a few other options for number 10 on this list. JP Crawford, the new April monthly card. We have the 88 overall live series Trey Turner, but he got nerfed from a 90 plus live series card. We have that new Willie Adames that's really underrated as well, but Bobby Witt Jr. I feel like needs to be on this list. Very well rounded, very good card all around, good splits against both sides. His lefty splits are way better though than his righty, so that is going to hold him back from being higher up on the list. 72 contact against righties, 90 against lefties, 79 power against righties, 93 against lefties. Fielding stats all in the 80s here with 81 fielding, 81 arm, 82 accuracy, 82 react time. So parallel 4, that is 85 plus in all the fielding stats across the board, and he has really solid speed. Couple knocks on him is his swing isn't the best. Not the biggest fan of his swing because he's not a live series card. Also doesn't have a lot of quirks. Doesn't have a lot of quirks at the plate. So what you're getting on paper is pretty much what you're going to get from Bobby Witt Jr. Doesn't really play above the stats, so he's going to feel like 79 power against righties, which is just a little low for my liking here, but a very well-rounded card for 32,000 stubs on the market. At number 9, I am going to give it to 88 overall prospect Oneil Cruz. This is a card that I feel like when I make contact with the baseball, regardless of where I make contact, it feels like it's launched over the fence. There's just some players in the game when the ball touches the bat, it's just absolutely crushed, and Oneil Cruz is one of those guys. 91 power against righties, 85 against lefties, but it feels like higher power in game than it actually says on paper for Oneil Cruz. Contact stats are low for my liking here, so for higher difficulties he's not going to be the best. If you're playing a Hall of Fame or legend, really wouldn't use this card, but he is an all-star or veteran beast. 80 contact against righties, 67 against lefties. Another knock on him at the plate is that he is 6'7", so if you don't like a bigger strike zone, Oneil Cruz is not going to be your guy, but I personally haven't struggled with him like I've struggled with guys like Aaron Judge, Frank Thomas that are bigger bodies. Oneil Cruz I feel fine with at 6'7". He actually has a rocket of an arm at shortstop, so not the best fielding stats, but he can make up for it with that arm strength here. 72 fielding, 90 arm, 76 accuracy, 73 react time, 78 speed, kind of like Bobby Witt Jr. as well. Not a lot of quirks on this card as a prospect card, but he does play a little bit above the stats in my opinion, especially in that power category. Everything else, not so much. The ball flies off the bat of Oneil Cruz. 6'7", mashes the ball for 10,000 stubs. At number 8, I am going to have the 88 overall cover athlete version of Fernando Tatis Jr. Big gap between this card and the live series card. The live series card is way better than this cover athlete card, but this card still does have great power against righties, 105. Contact a little low for my liking, but you get a parallel 5. He'll have 80 plus just about against both sides. At base though, 79 contact against righties, 74 against lefties, 82 power against lefties. Also, I'm going to say if you're playing on Xbox, I heard that Fernando Tatis Jr. for some reason lags when you're at the plate. I've never had a problem with him on PlayStation, but I've heard people that have used this card on Xbox lag with him at the plate. So this card probably won't even make your top 10 if you're lagging with Tatis at the plate. And then obviously Tatis in the field is an absolute liability. He has 60 fielding, 40 arm accuracy, 58 racks time, but he can make up for it a little bit with that stat, 95 arm, absolute cannon, and 89 speed. So he can't get to the ball super quick because of the fielding and reaction time, but the speed's going to help out with that. And then if you could just get to the ball with that cannon of an arm, 95, he can deliver it across the diamond, make up for that fielding and reaction time stat just a little bit. But a shortstop that's going to bring you that type of power, going to find himself onto the top 10 list. On PlayStation, I like Tatis' swing. On Xbox, like I said, if you can't use him, if he's laggy, wouldn't make your top 10 list, but I love Tatis cards, so he's going to come in here at number 8 for about 25,000 stubs. At number 7, we are going to have one of my favorite shortstops from last year's game. Now, he's not as high overall as he was in MLB The Show 21 with his 96 overall Silver Slugger, but this new 91 overall tops now TREVOR Story card that just came out in the new event here in Diamond Dynasty is going to come with that monstrous power that you're going to get from TREVOR Story. 91 power against righties, 88 against lefties. TREVOR Story is always a stud in the field. This card is no different. 92 fielding, 80 arm, 82 accuracy, 95 react time, 87 speed. Love to see that. The only knock on him is the contact being too low, but if you're playing on all-star or veteran, kind of like O'Neal Cruz, that's not going to matter too much. But for someone like me that plays in Hall of Fame and Legend a little bit, I'm not going to want TREVOR Story on my team because the contact's going to be too low, the PCI size is going to be too small. So even with that power, not really going to like TREVOR Story on the higher difficulties. But while I'm playing on all-star or veteran, definitely going to make my roster. Stud defensively, very good speed, monstrous power. Love TREVOR Story cards. He has 6 quirks here. Speedster, soft hand, so he'll make better plays in the field. Bomber as well, so you're going to get a lot of home runs from TREVOR Story. It's just that contact that's going to be a knock on him. But this is a card you're going to want to look out for when he gets a better upgraded version. 35,000 stubs for TREVOR Story. At number 6, I am going to go with the 88 overall cover athlete, Javier Baez. We just talked about the 88 overall cover athlete, Fernando Tatis Jr. I think this Javier Baez is better than that card. And previously, I had him higher than the face of the franchise, Francisco Lindor, but I'm changing that this time around. I do really like Javier Baez. He's better in the field than Lindor because of the arm strength being way better than Lindor, but that was really the only reason I had him over Francisco Lindor. But Lindor is a switch-handed bat, crack swing in my opinion at the plate, so I gotta put Lindor over Javier Baez. But this card, still very, very good, very well-rounded. 70 contact against righties, 72 power against righties, 86 contact against lefties, 101 power against lefties. Kind of like a better Bobby Witt Jr. with the lefty splits being better than the righty. Very solid fielder, but better than Bobby Witt Jr. and the speed just in the ballpark there of Bobby Witt Jr. 89 fielding, 93 arm, 60 accuracy, 91 react time, 78 speed, 60 steal. So I would say on paper, Javier Baez looks like the better card than Francisco Lindor, but because I actually like Lindor better in game, better swing, switch-handed bat, gonna go Lindor over Javier Baez, but still a very good card for about 26,000 stubs. And if I didn't spoil it already, at number 5, we have the 90 overall Francisco Lindor face of the franchise card. On paper, I would say Baez does look better in the field with better arm strength. The fielding and reaction time stat does go in Lindor's favor, so he can get to a lot of baseballs. It's just a long throw across the diamond at the shortstop spot that Lindor sometimes he can't make. But at the plate, switch-handed bat, great power, great swing. I am loving this Lindor. I'm batting 316, 97 plate appearances, and most of that is on Hall of Fame. And then on the no money spent count, going off even more with this Lindor card. 68 contact against righties, 77 against lefties, 87 power against righties, 76 against lefties. In my opinion, plays over the stats in game when it comes to the power category. Like I said already about his fielding and reaction time stat, he's going to be able to get to the baseball. It's just the throw across the diamond that might be a little bit of a problem. 99 fielding and reaction time, 70 arm, 80 accuracy, pretty solid speed, 71 speed, 54 steal. And he comes with 7 quirks. He has soft hands, which is going to be great for the field. Sniper, going to have an extremely accurate arm. It's just the arm strength that's going to be a little bit of a problem for Lindor. Doesn't have many hitting quirks here, if any, so that's going to hold him back just a little bit. The contact a little too low to put him higher up than number 5 in my opinion, and the lack of arm strength, but still a great card for 17k. At number 4, we are going to get into these elite shortstops in the game in my opinion. First one up at number 4 is going to be the 93 overall Ernie Banks. Very well rounded. The only knock on this card is the speed, but he's one of the best power hitting shortstops in the game with 96 power against righties, 87 against lefties. Only power shortstop better is going to be Fernando Tatis Jr.'s live series card, which we're going to talk about in a second. Lefty splits are great because the contact against lefties is 116. Contact against righties going to be low for those higher difficulties, Hall of Fame and Legend. Only 78 against righties, but he's very good in the field. 80s for the most part across the board. 81 fielding, 82 arm, 80 accuracy, 78 rack time, so parallel to 80 plus in all the fielding stats. Wish he was a little bit faster as well with 50 speed. Pretty good swing from Ernie Banks. Really like the card. If you're looking for a power shortstop and you can't get Tatis, you can get this card for about 25k. Number 3 and number 2 are extremely close in my opinion. It could go either way, but between 96 overall Michael Young and 90 overall face of the franchise Corey Seager. It is extremely close. It really depends on what difficulty you're playing on, because Corey Seager is better, maybe even on Hall of Fame and All-Star and on Veteran, than Michael Young is great for Legend, maybe on Hall of Fame as well, because of the contact stat from Michael Young being so great. 112 against righties, 119 against lefties, so you know that PCI size going to be a pretty reliable size on the higher difficulties, which is great. The power is okay. Wish it was a little bit better. If it was 85 plus at base at parallel 5 potential to get 90 plus, he would be better than Seager, but 76 power against righties, 76 against lefties. Seager has a better swing. He has better power stats, plays better power wise in game. Have to give the nod to Corey Seager just by a little bit, but if you're playing on Legend, I'm sure you prefer Michael Young over Corey Seager. Very solid in the field, better defensively than Corey Seager, but not by much. 83 fielding, 78 arm, 80 accuracy, 78 react time, 58 speed. So it is extremely close between Seager, Michael Young. It can go either way. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is better, but I'm going to give number 3 to Michael Young. If you want to pick him up, go complete the AL West Live Series collection. At number 2, little spoiler once again, you know it's going to be 90 overall face of the franchise Corey Seager. He has better power than Michael Young. He has a better swing than Michael Young. He's a lefty bat for your lineup. The contact isn't bad for higher difficulties. It's just not great. So he is usable in Hall of Fame, maybe not on Legend, because he's not going to get to 100 contact against either side, even at parallel 5, but at base, 93 contact against righties, 92 against lefties. I have him at parallel 1 right now. 83 power against righties, 85 against lefties. Plays above the stats power wise in game. He is a little bit of a liability in the field. Something about Seager cards at the shortstop position feels like a liability sometimes. Sometimes he can't make the easy play, but then sometimes he makes that super difficult play that you're questioning, how is he making that with low 70s fielding stats? 72 fielding, 74 arm, 77 accuracy, 75 react time, 48 speed. The quirks, much more than Michael Young here, has dead red, so he's going to excel at hitting fastballs. On phase is going to be great. If you play day games, Corey Seager is going to be even better for you. If you're on the road a lot, same thing. Corey Seager, better swing than Michael Young, better power, plays better in game. Michael Young has a better contact elements. If you're playing on Legend, probably want to go with Young. Other than that, probably go with Corey Seager for about 18K. But last and certainly not least, at number 1, we have 92 overall Live Series Fernando Tatis Jr. Still the best shortstop in the game. You're getting a shortstop that can give you 100 plus power against either side of the game. I mean, that's what you want from a shortstop. A shortstop that can steal a ton of bases, can hit a ton of home runs, has a cannon of an arm. Tatis can pretty much do it all. Just a liability in the field, but that speed and arm strength can make up for that a little bit. 112 power against righties, that's insane. 97 against lefties at parallel 3, that's 100 power against lefties. 78 contact against righties, 88 against lefties. So parallel 2, that is 80 plus contact against both sides. Right now in the game, there's not a lot of pitchers with crazy high hits per 9, so you're not going to have a super small PCI size with Tatis on higher difficulties. The fielding stats, reaction stat, definitely a liability. 60 fielding, 58 react time, 40 accuracy, but that arm strength, speed, can make up for it. A 99 arm at the shortstop position. All he has to do is get to the ball, and he's going to deliver it across the diamond. 90 speed, 94 steal, 90 base running aggression, and take a look at all the quirks here. For Tatis, he has 12 as a great Live Series card. Excels at hitting fastballs, breaking balls, first pitches on the road, day player, rally monkey, pressure cooker, speedster, hitting machine, bomber, cannon, thief. I mean, Tatis is going to excel because of all those quirks. Great power, great arm strength, great speed. Only knock on him is the liability on defense and the fact that he costs about 180,000 stubs. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for the video today. My top 10 updated shortstops in MLB The Show 22 right now. Obviously, we're going to be updating this list as the year continues on. Probably another month, we'll do another top 10 shortstops list. But if you enjoyed it and you found it useful, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.